Craig Tamsin, if you recall, the coronavirus pandemic has its roots here in Westchester County at another house of worship in another town. County officials are now trying to avoid a repeat of a single case, triggering a mass COVID-19 infection. 2 priests, a church staffer, and an entire congregation, prompting a new wave of concern among Westchester County officials. They're worried about a COVID-19 super spreader situation at the Holy Innocents Catholic Church in Pleasantville. Peter Poyle is a parishioner.
It's honestly scary to think that it could happen in our own community, right here, the church where I live, a block or two away from the church.
Peter says he stopped coming to church several months ago at the start of the pandemic, but the church had recently resumed holding Mass in addition to communion classes and communion ceremonies.
There should be a significant group of people over multiple different activities.
Westchester County Executive George Latimer says 2 priests who tested positive served Mass between August 24th and August 30th. In other words, with history as a guide, health officials are now urgently asking anyone who may have come into contact with someone at the church during that time period to come in for testing through a new partnership with an area hospital and, most importantly, to self-quarantine.
If you are someone who's been told to quarantine, this doesn't mean go out and have a nice time with your neighbors and friends. This means you should not expose anyone else because you could be positive, you could be infectious, you could spread this disease to people you care about.
You may recall when we began this a little over 6 months ago, it began with an individual who contracted the disease, and during the period of time that he was unknowingly in contact, he contacted a number of religious services in New Rochelle, and thereby began an infection that became very significant.
Vicki Smith attends a different church down the block.
I pray for them. I hope they're going to be okay.
County officials announced they've set up a new testing site at Phelps Hospital in nearby Sleepy Hollow, specifically for anyone in the exposure group here at Holy Innocents Church. In Pleasantville, Westchester County, Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.